So this is how you'll go about personalizing your Mighty community, just so it has a personal touch and it feels more at home for your members using the roles and the names. So by default, Mighty Networks comes with certain names for different users of the community. So for administrators, I believe it calls them hosts, and then there's members and they are moderators, but we all know that that terminology can feel a bit uninviting and it can make your audience feel like it's too formal or it's not so homely, depending on your niche and depending on the terminology that you're used to. So what we want to do is we want to change the role name. So you can just come to the search bar here and you'll just search up role naming. So you come here, so we have the host. So by default, members will see them as hosts. So these are like the bosses of the community. This includes the person who's paying for the community, and of course anyone they choose to make a host. And then there are moderators. So moderators, people who can moderate the community, and then there's members. So you can choose the different names that you want to have for each of this. For example, if you are maybe mentoring people, you can change this to mentor. If you are a coach, you can choose to name yourself a coach. If you're a teacher, you can do the same. If maybe you're teaching, for example, math, then you can go for professor, or you can just add a custom name over here. So custom name, singular name, for example, host. You can choose to call this, I don't know, whatever your brand or your company uses. For example, maybe you can say we can just choose any role. For example, maybe if you're doing military work, you can say that you are the commander, and then indefinite article name. So for users like a host sent you a message, so do you want to say a host? No, you want to say maybe, for example, the commander. Then plural name, if probably there's like two of you can say the commanders. So this is just basically basic grammar and for possessive plural names. So your commanders, and then you just have to go ahead and click on save, and it's gonna apply that. I don't want to apply it to my community because I feel this doesn't really mirror it, but you can just click on save and that's the new role. You can do this for moderators and you can do it as well for members, just to make the community feel more inviting, because the roles that you give people and the names can really play a big part in different spaces and in different niches and in different ways of how you communicate with people. Because for example, a member might feel like they are obligated to pay you, while building a community is more about wanting that family aspect and that connection aspect. So maybe you can just change this to something like maybe friend, or maybe something like financial freedom seeker, something like that. So that's how you'll go about changing the roles. And yeah, try this out for yourself and let me know if it works.